Hello guys and welcome back into part 11 of City Skylines, building the best city on the worst map. Now jumping in, what we can see here is just as the last episode ended, we have built ourselves a nice little valley here and started to build the city on the other side. I know I will have a little look at the airport soon. We have added just down here a cargo depot as well, and we've also connected up the train line, and you can see the trains are exporting a lot of goods now. And if we check back in the rest of the city, it's gone down dramatically as well, so we've quelled the need from the last episode. I also just want to kind of say, since the last episode as well, I've been posting out on YouTube as well a lot, and a lot of you guys have kind of been commenting, subscribing, liking the videos as well, and I kind of just want to say I really appreciate it as well. And so keep at it, guys, if you don't mind as well. And also, if you just don't mind dropping messages on what you want to see, kind of comments or suggestions of what you'd like me to see with the city, I'm more than happy to do that as well. But jumping straight in with part 11 now, what we're going to be doing is actually zoning this section slightly different to Washington Heights. The reason being is I want a kind of small European style city like this in the centre there as well, that I can have and have a different style as to the rest of the city as well. I'm still going to build Washington Heights around it, so I'm going to do that now as well and just continue to expand, but I'm going to avoid building in that section there as well. So let's start off by 1, having a little look at the airport, and 2, expanding down here. Right, so this is the kind of layout I'm thinking about going for. You can see, yep, down there they're moaning about power. Those are, I think, are they offices? Yes, they are. And we've got a small district building up there. So what we're going to do is continue to just expand out. The demand is always for industry. Oh, and one other cool feature I did notice is if I go to, where is it, policies, taxation, is it? City planning, there you go. Big business benefactor. Now what this does is, it says in the top left corner, high density commercial buildings double their sales. I've got a lot of them, and it just costs 4 cents per building. But that makes more than enough for us, and you can see we're now making 75,000, so we're making loads for that as well. Now what I'm going to have to do is just continue to kind of zone this out a little bit as well, probably put in a few memorable buildings and things like that as well, and eventually we'll start building kind of traditional Washington Heights down here, and then we're going to have a small little district in there, which I quite like the idea of as well. So let's continue to build some of that as well. Right, for some reason, oh, there we go. It was saying I was at 100% traffic flow, but it's back up to 90 now as well. What I've done is I've just built the little intersection here as well to allow people to eventually head in and out. So I'm just going to probably put a big roundabout here and connect it all up to the city now. Right, so that's the roundabout build that comes into this city as well, and it's going to be connected over this little bridge as well, and they'll have the canal going underneath as always, so it'll be quite a nice style as well. I'll probably get some more trees around because I think it just adds a bit of character there as well, but we've just got to connect all these up in the first place as well. Now, pausing again and having a little look around. So 11% unemployment, which means there needs to be more jobs. I understand that completely, that's fine. But the demand is only for kind of commercial as well. But if I put them up, they have been zoned, so I think they might go fairly quickly, but it's not going anything ridiculous. So let me put some there, and let me try one here. You'd think they'd go up straight away, but they don't. Now what I also want to do is down here, I want to build a, where is it? This. I want to build a fertile land, so forest, not forest, farm, sorry. Down here and partly here as well, ready for when we can open up the next land as well. And that'll provide jobs, and people will probably drive from there as well. Could even build it there, but I don't really like that. And I could build it there as well, but again, I don't like that. I can build the forest wherever I want. You can even get one going over there. That would be really good as well. So I think in the meantime, we need to start looking at if we can use that, and if we can just increase the population here quickly as well and get this running as a city. Now with the style of this as well, what I could probably look into is some of these monuments unique buildings, and seeing what we could go for. So I quite like the idea of having something like City Hall in here as well. Now I would argue where it should go, but probably, that's annoying they can't put it there, but there would be really nice. Something in the centre, to be honest. Right, let's just pause this quickly. Right, so what we've built is this kind of district, and now the buildings themselves don't all match the same style, which does annoy me a little bit. But I put the plazas in here, which I'm probably starting to think actually might be a little too much. I can't really decide what I'd want on either side there. It would have to be something along this style, and none of them really work. So I thought sticking with the plazas might... Oh, actually maybe a tennis court and a basketball court might look quite nice. What do we think? Something like that? There we are, that could be quite nice. And then what we're going to do is put, all the way around it, just some houses like that as well. And it's going to be... I don't really like that at all. Style of kind of a town square, which I do quite like. Oh, that is a German one, yeah. German and a bit Italian on the end there, but still. And this is kind of going to be the heart of this little city down here as well. I don't think that kind of works, but again, there's only one style of those. You can't change them, which is a bit annoying because it would be quite cool if you have a different style. We've got all the kind of services down here, so that should grow quite well. We're just going to, and you can see all the businesses going up there really well, so we're just going to continue to let this grow now. There we are. So what we've done is built butter flats down here as well. It gave me Butler Heights, and I went, actually, I'm going to run with this and go with butter flats as well. So it's going to be our kind of farming district down here as well. You can see with the train line itself still comes in. Option to split off to go down here as well. Probably going to need to think about, I think, widening the tracks. Oddly, I can build all of these, like multiple platform names, 12 platforms, each platform separate tracks connected, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, like that. And then I didn't realise, obviously, I can connect it into different directions, which would be quite cool. But anyway, so this train line comes in. It allows it to go that way. It allows it to go this way. If it's cargo, I'm probably thinking I might need to have to do this. Where is it? Something like this. Yep, something like this. Where was it? I thought it just allowed me to. But anyway, I'll have to build a kind of a triangle there. And then it can go out this way and split up that way as well, which is quite nice as well. The idea is going to be able to use the cargo to get in and out. And also I'm going to build a train line. Whack it on the end here. Something like that there as well. So the passengers can use it to get in and out of the city as well. Nice and simple like that as well. And probably what's the best way of doing this? There we are, like that. Perfect. Now that should work quite nicely as well and allow people to get in and out. So let's start allocating this to be farming as well. There we are. We've built a kind of an ugly little road to connect the two as well, but it should start providing the opportunity for these guys to have some jobs down here as well. There's no cars in there yet, but you can see the factory's up and running, which is nice as well. Wonderful. So this farming area is actually growing quite quickly, which is absolutely perfect. One thing I have just noticed is this can stop a lot of trains if they were trying to get into the city, because obviously they've got to wait here. Not a massive issue, and I'll watch it, because if it does start to get a bit bad, then I'll have to alter that as well. Now, one thing in this game that does really annoy me is this, that you can't maintain a water level, because it either doesn't evaporate quick enough and it floods like this, or it evaporates too quickly, and then you have to constantly have it turned on and off, which really does annoy me. But, I mean, ultimately, there's not much you can do there, really, is there? I'd like to think in City Skylines 2, when it blooming eventually comes out, it's something they have improved upon. At least I hope so, anyway. Well, the industrial down here has taken off very well, to be honest. I guess it's a bit of an untapped market. But also, oh gosh, there's a lot of traffic there as well. Yeah, they are going to be using it. I guess it's a kind of market that a lot of our city needed. Now, if I look at here again, exports are doing well, imports, agricultural products. Yeah, so it is this, which that should start to go down, I hope. The only other thing is goods, is oil and ore, which again we'll be able to produce in a bit as well. Now our goal, again, milestone-wise, is 80,000. Okay, so we're actually fast approaching that as well, and hopefully we'll end this episode on that milestone reached as well. Wonderful. So Butter Flats, to be fair, is doing really well down here. You can see the kind of forest products are growing well. I like the fact that I've got the train line going over the top of it. I know it's not the most practical, but it is quite a cool style there as well. Reminds me of a bit more kind of like New York, or is it Queens or the Bronx? It's a bit like that as well, which is quite nice. Obviously the two are connected and they've got a lot of traffic flowing between the two. 89% of it's holding as well, which is quite nice. Connects all the way back into here, which is now growing really, really well there as well. Our population-wise, so we're at 73,000, well, pretty much. Very, very close to get that. But to be honest, I think we're going to get the final 7,000 from building in this section here as well. When that happens as well, that's going to be a nice big episode for us. That'll probably be episode 12 as well, and that will result in us buying the rest of the land as well. So I said I'm going to leave things from there as well. That's going to be the end of part 11, I think, of City Skylines. I've been Lewis, the Drill W, building the best city on the worst map. Until next time, see you and goodbye.